Okay, this is from People magazine. Check this out. Florida boy, 17, arrested after police say he staged his abduction, shot himself in the leg to support a false narrative. All right. Who's excited? I'm excited. Florida boy, 17. It says the Marion County Sheriff's Office arrested Caden Speight, 17, on October the 15th, 2 weeks after authorities first alleged that he faked his own kidnapping. What's it say? Local authorities have announced the arrest of a Florida teenager who allegedly went to elaborate lengths to stage his own abduction. Sheriff's Office booked Caden Speight, 17, into custody October the 15th on charges of presenting false evidence and shooting into a conveyance. Shooting into a conveyance. Does anybody know what that means? What the fuck does that mean? You're in a lot of trouble, son. Shooting into a conveyance is not a misdemeanor in Florida, in the great state of Florida. It says making a false report of a crime and possession of a firearm by a minor. And, it's not the most important part of this. But honestly, I'm impressed it's even illegal for a child to have a gun in Florida. I mean, I'm impressed. I think it's actually not as bad as I thought. Like, is it just me, or is Florida exactly the sort of place that Republicans, red state Republicans, would have passed a bill to allow kids to take guns into school to protect themselves? You know, like it's against their constitutional right to protect themselves at that age or something. I could totally see Florida being like that. What if a crazed lunatic runs up in your school and starts shooting everyone? Wouldn't you rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it? Just picture the advert now. Have that fucking red state fucking boot-wearing gun store guy unveil a range of, like, kid-marketed semi-automatic weapons. Or something like tween-range Uzis with little pink glittery bullets and shit. And it'd be like in the toy rail of Walmart right next to the fucking G.I. Joe and toy tanks. Real guns next to them. I could totally see that in Florida. You know, I mean, it sounds like I'm taking the piss, but give it time, guys. Give it time. The NRA will totally lobby to free up that red tape. Down with regulation. Well, we're lowering the working age, the child labor laws. We're lowering the working age to 13 to beef up that labor market. Replace all the immigrants. Balance the aging population down here. Why not give these kids a way to protect themselves as well? God willing. I mean, I'm not kidding about that, by the way. There are literally some red states now where they are actively trying to dilute child labor laws to get children to go to work to pick up the slack from the immigrants that they don't want there. It's insane. The stuff that they're trying to get past in some states in America. Fixing the aging population and getting people back to work. They would rather have their children in pits like fucking extras in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, like clawing away. They would rather have that than socialized childcare. That's how much they hate it. Wrap your fucking head around that shit. I would rather my 9-year-old son died in a logging accident, working his fucking ass off for 13 hours a day. I would rather that happened than accept one single Mexican immigrant. Anyway, it says, because he is a minor, he was taken to the Marion Regional Juvenile Detention Center after his arrest instead of the county jail. The charges against Speight stem from a series of incidents which began on the afternoon of September the 25th. On that day, Speight allegedly texted his family that he had been shot, at which time deputies were dispatched to the last known location of his cell phone. Okay. It says crime scene technicians observed a bullet hole through the windshield of the vehicle. Suspected blood. Speight's severely damaged cell phone drag marks in the dirt, and bicycle tracks leading away from his truck. After examining the scene, agencies dedicated personnel to the investigation, believing that Speight was kidnapped and that his life might be in danger. Yeah, you would do, wouldn't you? Dragged away, track marks, blood. The hoax ended up being exposed the next day, however, when deputies located Speight during a call. Deputies had spoken with a witness who claimed to have seen him leaving the alleged crime scene on his bike. Speight did not confess after deputies tracked him down, despite being in possession of both the handgun and the bicycle he was seen riding as he fled the scene. Okay, so bang to rights, really? Bang to rights. It says, instead, Speight allegedly tried to use a fresh gunshot wound as evidence that his claims were true. Oh, but cops alleged that the injury was actually a self-inflicted gunshot wound to his leg, which shattered his femur and required medical treatment. So he faked his own kidnapping. And then when he was getting found out, he shot himself in the leg to make it look more believable. Is that appears to be what they're saying, is it? Or alleging? A forensic search uncovered evidence to support the belief that it was a hoax. Excuse me. Detectives learned he'd mentioned running away before, and they located ChatGPT searches about collecting his blood without causing pain. And he was searching for Mexican cartels. Wow. Okay. Cool. He's been on quite an adventure.
Just another video with Adrian Thompsin.